Hey, my name is PolishLynx, and don't mind me, but I'm actually sick. Recording in the last minute. Hopefully I will upload in the last minute. I think I will. We'll see. I think I will. Anywho, Sakura MMO 2. Let's go! I was supposed to record it last night, but I slept for 15 hours. In the end, so anyway, a few days later, the four of us go to the Adventures Guild in London to see if any new quests have been posted. When Maddie sees us, she smiles brightly and gives us a wave.
It's great to see you again! I was wondering when your four would show up. I've been receiving all kinds of letters since you found the Asaph necklace. It seems like everybody Asaph knows what happened.
No, they don't, actually. That's because you told everybody who would listen.
Guilty as charged! How could I help myself when your story was so incredible? I wish I'd been there to watch you take down the Den of Thieves. It must have been so thrilling.
Oh, it was. So, do we have any more requests?
You have several.
How very flattering. It's only these people knew. If only these people knew they were trying to enlist the services of the Dark Witch Viola. Would they still want me to find their missing jewels, or hunt down fierce monsters that had been terrorizing their villages? I can be far from more terrifying than any monster. I enjoy being in high demand, but it can be rather tiring. And I still haven't managed to uncover any new information about why I was summoned to Asaph, or if there is any way I can return home. I thought with my newfound fame I should be able to unearth a few more hands, but... Which request is the most interesting, matey?
Don't you want to hear all of them?
Only the exciting ones. I trust your judgment in this matter.
Well, then let me see.
Matey rubs her chin in thought.
As a matter of fact, I received a very curious letter this morning. It was delivered in the jaws of Black Cat, no less. I just hope that isn't an unlucky man.
Matey laughs as she retrieves the envelope from her pocket. It's already open, and she slides the letter out.
It reads, Dear Violet and Company, I have heard that you were able to retrieve Lady Alien Chastain's missing diamond necklace by defeating a band of thieves, and that you were able to use your magical powers to help lift a powerful curse. This feat of bravery, coupled with your magical knowledge, has led me to ask for your help. My name is Gardenia, and I am a witch who lives deep in the Raspberry Forest. I have been working on a potion lady, and I was wondering if you could aid me. If you can fell 5 slimes, gather those in glass-fed vials and then deliver them to me at my home, I would appreciate it. It may seem like an easy enough task, but I can leave my abode for various reasons, and I would entrust nobody else with the job. This potion is very important, you see, and I cannot afford for anything to go wrong. I have sent this letter to the Guild Master of Linton, and I trust she will pass this message to you. I look forward to seeing you later today. Should you decide to accept my quest? If not, I cannot force you, for I will reward handsomely for your efforts. I assure you this quest will be worth your while. From Gardenia!
Matey puts the letter to one side and looks at us.
This is a curious letter indeed, and it's from Gardenia, of all people. Who's Gardenia? You don't know? Why, she's only one of the most powerful witches in all of Asaph. Rumor says that she's been alive for hundreds of years, and she's almost as strong as the gods themselves.
Huh. Fofion seems ignorant about this witch. I've certainly heard of her before. She's an NPC in Asaph Online who sometimes gives out quests. Often completing her quests rewards the player with rare items. She's also something of a sage, who's supposed to know everything that's happening in Asaph. If players get stuck during any quests, they can ask Gardenia to give them hints for a small prize. So this omnipotent character exists in the real Asaph too. And what's more, people think she's as strong as a god. This is more than enough incentive for me to pay her a visit. I want to see just how powerful she really is. And so the four of us end up in a Raspberry Forest, hunting for slimes. Slimes are notoriously weak enemies, and this should be an easy task without any complications. But
Hey! What gives? How did this happen?
Of course, Fiona had to get herself in a scrape. These unfortunate things always seem to happen to her.
I thought slimes were supposed to be easy to kill.
They are easy to defeat, if you don't go charging to a fight like a fool.
I am the fool!
And yet, despite your protests, you're the one who ended up on the ground covered in ooze. It's funny how that works out.
Hey, never! That's mean!
The truth hurts.
Why you? When I get out of here, I'm gonna make you pay for that, never!
I'd like to see you try.
Grrr!
Theon squirms a little, but he doesn't really make any difference. If anything, the slime that felt her seems to stick even more tightly to her skin. Soft gasps and moans fall from her lips. I hate that she's enjoying this experience, but it's impossible not to moan. God damn it. When a strange foreign substance is sticking to your naked body. It's not really naked. As you can see, she's still wearing her underwear. For this slime has managed to get the better of Fiona. I don't think it's particularly strong. It isn't really hurting her, it's just massaging her. Oh. I'm sure I could defeat this monster with a simple spell. Should I help Fiona before things take a turn for the worse? No? I could kill the slime, I suppose. But where's the fun in that? Things. No, I can't. I have to. Sorry. Give her a hand. Alright, Fiona, hold still. I'll get this slime off of you.
What? Thank you, Viola. You're the best.
I wave one hand, uttering a simple split spell, and the slime bursts into several smaller pieces. These small pieces of green ooze stick to Fiona's cheeks, her nose, and her forehead, but at least the slime can pin her to the ground any longer.
Thank goodness!
Fiona gets her feet on trembling legs and begins to brush herself down.
That was so disgusting! I was afraid I was gonna get stuck like that, and you don't laugh at me.
I will laugh at you over something like this. For slimes are low-level enemies, they can be difficult to defeat when they manage to stick to you. Here, let me help. I take a step forward toward Fiona. Leaves and twigs crunch beneath my boots and reach out my hands. She recoils from me at first, maybe after the close encounter with that slime, the thought of human contacts makes her uneasy, but soon relaxes when she realizes I mean her no harm. My fingertips gently brush against Fiona's cheeks, removing the excess bits of slime that still cling to her. How do you feel now? Have you recovered after your embarrassing encounter?
Yeah, looked like us. Thanks for helping me and all, Viola. Sorry if I was a burden.
Don't worry too much, Fiona. You're an important member of the team, and I care about you. Helping you is no burden.
Huh? Did you mean that?
Oh, of course I do. That's why I want to protect you. Fiona's cheeks turn pale, pink. Cold, she looks at her own feet.
Well, it's not like I need protecting or anything. I can look after myself.
Except when slimes are involved. Her small body is racked with another shudder.
Being touched all over by some weird creature like that was pretty nasty.
I imagine it would be, yeah. But you don't mind when I touch you, huh?
It's different. You're different.
How so?
You ain't all gross and wet and nosy, for one thing.
Well, I should hope not. I do take baths every day.
Maybe that's who always smells so good.
Fiona giggles awkwardly.
Mostly fun. Being touched by you is nice, and I don't mind.
Then should I do it more, huh?
Do whatever you want.
I always do.
Don't I know it?
A small sigh.
I'm sorry for letting that slime push me. I really should have been paying more attention. I thought slimes would be easy to defeat. I mean, we did take down werewolf and all, so I kinda sort of let my guard down. It's not my fault that happened. I was being stupid.
So long as you realize what you did wrong, you should be fine. I pat you on the head. You're not an old dog, but you're a young puppy. I'm sure I'll be able to teach you lots of new tricks. Then you'll become an even more valued team member. More valued than you already are.
Oh, Viola!
Fiona looks at me shyly, her cheeks turning pinker at my unexpected praise.
You might not be such a meanie after all. In fact, part of me thinks you might be a pretty nice person.
Of course she is. There's nobody nicer than milady. You should be thanking her on bended knee for taking care of you, Fion.
Well, I do know if I want to go that far. I like you and all, Viola, and appreciate that you helped me back then, but...
Fion pouts.
Maybe you should stop me calling you Papi.
After the incident with the slime, the party continues with our quest. Time passes and finally managed to defeat enough slimes to satisfy the criteria set by the witch's letter. Our bounty harvested. We then have to find where the witch lives. Fortunately for us, the witch closed the map of the forest in her letter, so we have something we must navigate. Without this map, we'd be stumbling around in the woods completely at loss. I never quite realized it when playing Asaph because our crystals lessen the need to walk between locations, but the rest of the forest really is big. After about an hour's trek, we eventually make it to the witch's home. It's a small, unassuming cottage located in a grove of trees right next to a lake. The cottage has wooden walls and a thatched roof, and all kinds of flowers grew around it, nurtured by the sunshine. It's quite a scenic location, really.
You know, for a witch's house, I can expect this place to look a little... witch air.
How very descriptive. Neve glanced around the small green canyon hazily, her eyelashes falling shut. A gentle breeze stirs the ankle grass so it trembles around our ankles. The air does smell very clean here, Fa.
It's relaxing.
Eleri yawns and presses her hand against her mouth.
I know as a knight I should always be vigilant, but something about this clearing did make me feel sleepy.
It must be because of all the magic concentrated around us. That's why the air smells so sweet, and why there are so many flowers. It will be explained all these little fellows do. A few birds are perched in the nearby trees, chirping. They are not the ominous sort of birds you'd expect to congregate around the witch's cottage, like crows or vultures, but blackbirds and bluebirds with bright eyes and yellow beaks.
They are rather cute.
Any witch
who lives in a cute little cottage surrounded by birds can be bad, right?
Appearance can be deceiving. Let's hope she doesn't intend to cook us live. Don't be silly, this isn't a fairy tale. She might be an all-powerful witch, but I doubt she'd be able to be the best bee.
Well, naturally, there's somebody more powerful than you, milady.
Thank you, Neve. Cheered by mate's unfailing support, I walk to the witch's front door and rap on it with my knuckles. I wait for a few seconds, but there is no reply. Huh. What if the witch isn't at home? For she sent us a letter, she may not have expected us to accept her request. Neve taps her foot impatiently, her arms folded.
I can't believe nerves of people. How dare she just keep us waiting? This isn't for fair on you, milady, especially after she got holding out to ask you to kill slimes, of all things. That's right, I didn't let myself get creeped on by a slime for nothing. I might not have many manners, but I even know. But even I know this is no way to treat guests.
Neve gives Fion a pointed look. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I think I was just thinking what you're thinking.
Hey, what are you doing? But Eleri doesn't get a chance to finish her sentence. Before the words are even halfway out of her mouth, Fion whips out her daggers and Neve raises her right hand.
If she won't let us in, we have to break down the door with ours.
Let's do this!
I think you two might be being a bit hasty.
Eleri's right, let's calm down.
I can't calm down, not when this woman makes you full of us. Not when I was harassed by a cross-sticky slime.
I don't show any mercy
To those who send us on pointless
God damn it. Fetch
quest without having the decency to answer the door. And I didn't show any mercy to people who asked me to fight slimes.
Brr. But before Neve can shriek her incantation, a sing-song voice cuts through the air.
Oh, are you here already? I certainly not sooner. I was just busy, you see.
With a sheepish giggle, the hinge of the creak, and then it swings outwards to reveal the interior of the witch's cottage. Nice! There, standing by a brass cauldron set up in the middle of the room, is the witch herself. Gardenia. She's holding a large spoon in her hand, and she's slowly stirring a noxious concoction inside her cauldron. The thick liquid contained within the pod bubbles like water swamp, and thick acrid gas was through the air like a shroud. A black calf mouse against the witch's ankles, but she didn't pay her feline friend much heed. She's too busy stirring the peculiar mixture inside her cauldron. I stand at the threshold of the door, blinking. The smell emitting from the cauldron is overpowering. It's almost enough to make me, the fear dark witch, feel uneasy. Just what is she blinking, exactly? The stench is so full I wouldn't be surprised if this potion could melt through the steel.
Well, don't just stand there staring, come in! I promise I don't bite.
I'm not worried about you biting, I'm worried about that. Never glanced at the cauldron with evident distaste. Whatever that is.
I just do something I've been working on to keep me entertained. Used to find its effects rather interesting when I finished.
Interesting? Neve purses her lips together.
That's one word for it, I suppose.
But at Gardenia's insistence, the four of us enter her cottage and close the door behind us. Eleri, Neve, and me keep to the edge of the room, unwilling to take even a step towards that ominous cauldron. Fiona, however, is curious as ever, and she hops over to it like a little robin.
I wonder what this potion's supposed to do. Do you think I can drink it? You're more than welcome to try, but I wouldn't recommend it. This potion might not agree with your insights. Oh, that's so bad.
Don't tell me you seriously want to drink that false manning brew.
Hey, that's very well thirsty. We've been walking the woods for a long time.
Oh yeah, I should have thought about that. I didn't expect you to answer my summons so very quickly. If I'd have known you would be coming, I would have prepared you something to drink. But I can't recommend something this potion. It isn't finished quite yet. Is this why you wanted the slime extract?
Yeah, that's right. Did you bring me some?
Naturally. We wouldn't be such well-known adventurers if we were unable to complete simple tasks like that. But it should have been simple tasks for somebody. Never shoots Fiona a glare. Got a bit too complacent, the lakers have got ambushed.
Hey, everyone made mistakes, and I think I paid for that already.
That's right. Fiona has suffered enough. Don't dredge out such uncomfortable memories. Never. Particularly not in front of our client. It does look professional. Those files right-hand woman. I'm almost professional. Adapt. I'm not the one who was defiled by a...
We don't need to talk about that. It's in the past. Let's put the past behind us, okay?
The four of you must be very close. And how do you come up to that conclusion?
Never's always been mean to me.
Because you
always act like a fool. If you weren't close, you wouldn't be good the way you do. It's quite charming, really. I live in this cottage all my own.
Gardenia's black cat turns her ankle with his head and she laughs.
Well, alright, I live in this cottage with Pixie, but I don't have many friends. Few people travel the way into the Roseboro first to see me, and I meant to venture too far beyond my home. It can be quiet, lonely here at times. I'm glad the four of you asked for my summons. It makes this creaky mess for old cottage just to live here.
So is that why you asked us to run such a simple errand? We're trying to alleviate your own boredom?
Not entirely, no. I would like that slime extract for us. You went to the trouble of collecting it.
Naturally, I don't want Fiona's great sacrifice to go to waste. I hand the witch the vials of slime extract and she smiles at me.
Now let's see what happens if I add this in here.
The witch uncorks the vials and appends them into her cauldron. The slime is thick and vicious, and it sticks stubbornly into the inside glass vials. The witch has to give them a full shake, tapping their ends with her fingertips before all the slime comes out. The slime bubbles and pops when it makes contact with the liquid inside the cauldron. The surface of the mystery potion shivers, and the steam rising from within becomes thicker and denser than ever. I had to press my hand against my mouth to stop myself from coughing. My eyes water. Just what is that foul stench?
It's the smell of success. It looks like this potion worked after all.
You called it a success? It smells like rotten eggs.
That's what it's supposed to smell like.
Are you sure about that? The rumors say that you are an all-powerful witch who knows all kinds of forbidden magic. Is that really true?
Oh, is that what people say about me? Of the three, that makes me super happy.
And do you know what would make me happy?
What?
If you tell us why you summoned us here. You said you wanted us to collect slimes for your potion, but I doubt that's true. You could defeat a number of slimes easily without breaking a sweat. Why did you really ask us to come here?
How serious?
Damn, she's cute. The witch steps away from her cauldron, Pixie following at her heels and smiles at me.
If you must know, I do have some important information I need to share with you. Violet, is it? I believe that's what you've been calling yourself, but... Can't fool me for wearing the garb of a peasant. You're really the Dark Witch Viola, aren't you?
How did you know that?
I'm all powerful, remember? That's what your little darkling friend said, at least.
I know almost everything about Asaph. And I know about the worlds that exist beyond the boundaries of Asaph too.
Take Japan, for instance. Japan! What do you know about Japan? Just what is Japan anyway? I've never heard of it before.
Most people in Asaph haven't. Most normal people anyway. Fortunately, nothing about me is normal. I'm completely and utterly abnormal in every sense of the word.
And that's why I can help you. I'm the only one in Asaph who can help you. The only one who'd be willing to anyway. However, before we get to the real serious stuff, I'd like to try out my brand new potion.
And how are we going to do that?
I'll ask for a brave volunteer, of course. Want anybody help, girl? Pretty please. We already help you gather ingredients. We have no obligation to aid you any further. Then I have no obligation to tell you what I know. Hehe. That isn't fair. The word isn't fair, sweetie. You should know better than anybody else, being a darkling. Your kind aren't treated very well, are they?
No. Never bites her lip and falls silent. Her expressions told me. The witch must have hit her where it hurts.
So, any takers who wants to try my potion? I thought you said you couldn't drink it. You can't. Not if you value your life anyway. I just want to splash it on someone's clothes. It won't hurt, I promise.
I'm not so sure about this. What is the potion supposed to do exactly?
That!
The witch taps her nose with a finger.
It's a secret. It's all part of the fun.
Destiny of the potion for a strange woman. I've never read before. Doesn't sound like fun. And there's nobody to keep your word either. How do we know we can trust you?
You don't, but listen to me carefully. Aina.
Eleri gasps as well as she might. Aina is Eleri's real name. Is the name her parents gave her, and the name she used when she lived in Japan. Nobody in Asaph should know Eleri's name. But somehow, the witch does. Does she really know everything?
Nobody else in Asaph will be able to tell you how you got here, or how to get back home. I'd advise you not to get on my bedside that we might be stuck here for... well, forever, eh? Forever! That's right, so what about it? Do you want to help me test this potion out? It'll only take a few seconds, I swear. Well, if that's the case, then... alright, I'll let you test the effects of that peculiar potion on me. Wonderful! This really is my lucky day! Then let's get started. I'm curious to see what it will do. You mean you don't know? I have a vague idea. But life often finds ways to surprise us. Now sit back, sweetie, and don't struggle too much. You might end up regretting it.
With these less than reassuring words, the witch scoops some of the potion in a glass, vial of her own, and throws it all over Eleri. I know what it will do. Melt everything, right? What happens next seems to occur in slow motion. Eleri jumps in alarm as sticky fluids are spread all over her body. As soon as the oddly colored liquid makes contact with her clothes, a disturbing fizzing sound fills the air.
What's going on? Now this is interesting.
I was dumbfounded as Garnia's strange potion slowly begins to eat through Eleri's attire. The fabric of her skirt frays and holes, opening her black clothes. Not even Eleri's chest plate, which is made of steel, is free from the ravages of this potion. The metal begins to burnish and turn black, then starts dripping like melting candle wax. In under less than 5 seconds, Eleri's clothes have been reduced to nothing more than scraps. Every single part of her outfit that the potion came into contact with has melted away, exposing her bare skin underneath.
What's the big idea?
Eleri tries to shield her breast with her arms. Her face is burning almost as red as her hair.
Why would you throw a potion like that over it? Why?
Her lower lip trembles.
Why did you make a potion that dissolves clothes in the first place? Well, why not? I thought it would be funny. And it is! Yeah.
Eleri glares at the witch. Her expression would be quite fearsome, were it not for her bright red cheeks and her trembling legs.
You're a terrible person! I can't believe I trust you! You might be surprised, but I get that a lot. Don't sound so gleeful, you jerk! I get it a lot too. In fact, as far as emails go, it's one of the more child-friendly ones. Well, Eleri is swearing even less than I usually do. And that's saying something. It isn't true choice. Well, you know how I felt when I was being mauled by that slime. Revenge is sweet. Why do you want to get revenge on me? I didn't do anything to you. I know what to do.
Tell Eleri she looks cute. Mock Eleri for being such a sorry state. I mean, this one. Personally, I think you look rather cute. I thought my copy might help lighten Eleri's mood, but to my disappointment.
I'm not supposed to be cute, I'm a knight, I'm proud, brave knight! Things in like this in such a shameful state in front of so many people! This is so embarrassing, I want to die!
After that debacle with the potion, Eleri's clothes are almost completely melted. Never tries to fix the remaining rags with her magical power, but Eleri's clothes are too damaged for magic to make any meaningful difference. In the end, Neve has to conjure up a perfect replica of Eleri's old clothes out of thin air, which is more taxing than one might imagine. Eleri dresses herself, her fingers trembling, and thanks Neve silently for her help. This is said over and down, with the four of us sit down in the witch's house and wait to hear the explanation. So, I'm curious. Why do you summon us here, and just how do you know who we really are?
I told you it's my duty to know everything.
That's not very helpful. Eleri sounds calmer than she did about 5 minutes ago, but she still can't bring herself to look the witch in the eye. I guess having her clothes melted off her body gave her quite a shock. You might know everything about Asaph, but how do you know about Japan? How do you know my real name?
What's this about Japan? You said that weird name before, but I ain't ever heard of it.
Me neither, for I beg you will forgive my ignorance. Is Japan somewhere in Asaph? Could it perhaps be a distant land that you have traveled to? Well, distant would be the right word. Try a completely different plane of existence.
Oh my! For you've been living as forever, Viola, will it be that you've yet to tell your two companions about your true identity? Have you been keeping them in the dark?
What are you talking about? I know my lady. She's Dark Witch Viola, and I've been serving her for 2 years now.
That's right, she might have lied about who she was to me at the very start, but I've got no doubt she's Viola now. Only Dark Witch would bully a cute girl like me so cruelly.
My. Gardenia's smile grows wider and wider. So it seems that you haven't told them after all. That's no way to repay your beloved maid for all the years of service, and you really should be kinder to your pets.
Yeah, that...
Fiona frowns.
Right!
She blinks, and then...
Hey, ain't Viola stinking bad?
How charming. I quite like this girl. She's very feisty. That only makes your deception even more despicable, Viola.
I am being deceived, as if I'm the one who does deceiving.
Fiona's right. Milady may have a poor reputation in Asaph, but she's been nothing but kind and considerate towards me. I refuse to believe that she's been keeping any secrets from me. Oh, but she has. That's the most terrible thing. And where's your proof? You're forgetting I know everything. Ferreting out all these dark secrets is my job. Don't be good. Milady doesn't have any dark secrets. And even if she did, she wouldn't keep them for me. Living in this shack in the middle of the forest must be lonely. That's why you've invented all these lies. You just want us to pay you some attention. Well, I ain't ashamed be falling for it. I have to sit here and let Maddie slander me lady. Never gets to her feet, her tail twitching in irritation. Shall we go? Hurry, we should be able to return home before nightfall. No, I would be so hasty if I were you, Miss Lady, Maid. Miss Maid. Yeah.
You what I'm saying really is nonsense. Then why has Viola not tried to refute my claims? Because Millie has better things to do than remove the foolish, unsubstantiated words of charlatan like yourself. You're beneath her. Now we should depart.
Well, never, I wouldn't be so hasty, she's right. I take hold of my mate's arm, my fingers tighten around her wrist, wrenching her in place. Well, don't just go yet.
Milady, you can't be taking it seriously, can you?
I pause. For once my words are stuck in my throat and I don't know what to say. The witch is right, for, I hate to admit it, I have been keeping my real identity a secret from Neve. I'm not really the great witch Viola, and I'm not really from Asaph. I'm just a normal human girl. Kotone. I did tell Neve about my true identity. I thought there was little point. I imagined there was no way she'd find out, and anyway, being honest would only trouble her. Who wants to be told that the world as they know is nothing more than a game, a mere distraction in another reality? I kept quiet, telling myself it was for Neve's sake, but maybe I was being selfish. The witch has a point. I should have told her sooner. Neve, as my most stalwart supporter, deserves to know more than anybody else. It might be difficult to tell her, but...
Well, are you going to break the news to her, or should I?
You don't need to trouble yourself. You've caused more than enough damage already. I'll tell her it's my responsibility as her mistress.
Lady, that witch isn't right, is she? You haven't been hiding something from me, have you?
There is long awkward silence. My fingers still fasten around Neve's wrist, grip up more tightly. Perhaps part of me is afraid. If I let her go, she might disappear altogether. Would never leave me if she knew the truth. I don't think she would, but I'm not entirely sure. She'll be confused, shocked, and hurt that I didn't confide in her earlier, but if I take my time, I should be able to make her understand. I hope I can at least. To be perfectly honest, I hardly understand the situation myself. The witch is correct.
No!
It's true. I wasn't born in Asaph, and neither was Eleri. We come from a different world to you and Theo. We were born in a country called Japan. And my real name isn't Viola. It's Kotone. Then I launch into a long explanation. I tell Neve and Fion all the things I kept a secret, from my humdrum days in Tokyo to my fondness for playing Asaph Online. I mean fondness, goddammit. I tell them about creating my character, Viola, complete quest, and accumulating enough in-game currency to buy the Nightmare Citadel. I don't tell Neve that she's the NPC that I create to give me a bit of extra inventory space, I think that would upset her, but I tell them everything else. I tell them that I were living to Roseberry Forest, Hawthorne Market, and the city of Linton, but it was all a fantasy to me, a fiction. A game. Then I tell them about falling asleep while playing Asaph Online one night. It seemed like another night at first, until I woke up in an unfamiliar bedroom wearing unfamiliar clothes, attended by an unfamiliar maid. And that was, of course, Neve. For it took me a few minutes to realize where I was. Somehow my body had been transported into the Nightmare Citadel, which I had bought and furnished inside Asaph Online. I was no longer Kotone but Viola, and I said leave as I imagined she would. That's the truth, and it's how I got here. Silence descends. The witch is smiling smugly, no doubt amused by this shocking revelation. If she lived in Japan, I find myself thinking bitterly, she'd be the kind of person constantly checking social media for a new drama, and making inflammatory videos online trying to tarnish the reputation of various celebrities. As I thought, she really is an obnoxious person. Neve, are you alright? I look at my mate hesitantly. She is standing in place like a statue, and she doesn't move even after I wave my fingers in front of her face. She doesn't speak. She doesn't blink. She doesn't do anything. She just stands there existing. The witch giggles.
It looks like your little maid had quite a nasty shot.
I knew telling her the truth would alarm her, that's why I want to keep it a secret.
So you did it for Neve's sake. Admirable! And silly old me thought you were being selfish, trying to live your new life with as few problems as possible.
I grit my teeth together. Of course, the witch's words have a grain of truth to them, but that only makes them stink more. While I glare directly and full force my hatred upon these laws of woman, Neve finally stirs. She sits back down, but she still doesn't talk. She doesn't even look at me.
I think she might need a few months to gather her thoughts.
And whose fault is that exactly? The witch bars my comment aside with a wave of her one hand.
Well, now we're all here, I might as well tell you how you came to be summoned in the world of Asaph. Are you listening? I am listening.
We have to listen, we don't have another choice.
And what about you, Viola? I don't know. This ought wrap my head around. I've never heard of computers before, video games or Asaph Online, but from what it sounds like you're from a different universe.
Something like that, I suppose.
Oh, this is all way too confusing. I have no idea what's going on. I've never been very smart, but this would be way too much for anyone to handle. Then don't worry about it too much. Easy for you to say. How Eleri came to Asaph is not overly important, and neither are the finer details about their own world, which is entirely separate to Asaph. What matters is why they were brought here. And this will impact every single one of you. Oh goody, I can hardly wait. I thought you'd say that.
The witch giggles.
Now, this is quite a complex story. Another one! I had still learned from the last review. And that's why I tried to make things brief. As I'm sure you're already aware, I'm a very powerful witch. I know almost everything that is happening in Asaph, as is my duty. Yeah, you already said it. Can you stop boasting and get to the point? Oh my, I wasn't trying to boast. I was merely warning you that, whether you like it or not, my words are true. I have no desire to deceive or trick you. You see, around 3 months ago, when I was trying to sleep, I had the most terrible dream. It was like a prophecy, really. I have them sometimes. It is a blessing. Or perhaps you could call it a curse, which was bestowed upon me at birth. As we know, I was an child born from human parents, yet I, for some bizarre reason, had access to immense magical power most people do not. I was tortured by the goddesses themselves. God damn goddesses. Are we going to raid them now? Yeah, I still can't get over the fact that we are not allowed to raid that asshole's house. And by using my magical abilities to the fullest, I have been able to survive for hundreds of years. My visions have never failed me before, and I feared what I saw 3 months ago will come to pass and nothing is done to stop it. And what do you see in your vision exactly? Oh, it was horrible. Asaph, as we know, it was in ruins. All the green had been burned away, and the earth was dry and arid. Everything was destroyed, and no trees or plants would grow. So, like, the servers were closed? And as for all the people, yeah, what happened to them? They were dead. Dead. Everyone! Without exception. So what's gonna happen is our family gonna be destroyed. Like I said, my prophecies always come true. But it has been destroyed and I'm still alive and so is everybody else. The trees are still growing and the grass is green and the sky is bright and blue.
Why does it sound like some kind of song? By Aerosmith, I think.
For now at least. For now at least.
But soon, very soon this will change. The evil goddess Viola will soon escape from the underworld, where she has been banished for more than 1000 years to take her revenge on mankind.
No way! An evil goddess really real?
Indeed, she is as real as you or I, and she has been waiting for many centuries for her chance to extract her vengeance. Now it seems the time has finally come.
Viola!
Fiona repeats the name of the evil goddess with a frown.
I always thought she was a character in a storybook. My sister told me about her when I was a kid. She said if I didn't sleep like a good girl, I'd be taken away to the underworld by her. I was scared of Fiona when I was a kid, but I haven't thought about her in ages.
That is perfectly normal. Those who know about Fiona regard her as little more than a scary story. But she's real. The threat she posed to Asaph is insurmountable. Fiona, I know about her too. According to the lore of Asaph Online, Viola was one of the goddesses who first created the world. After a disagreement with her fellow god and lover Aaron, she was banished to the underworld. While stewing in the underworld, the goddess, who became half mad with rage, vowed she would destroy the world she had helped create through any means possible. Well, at least it's not the server closing, right? The legends say that Viola was a Darkling, while Aaron was a human. Darklings were created by Viola in her image, while Aaron created the humans. And obviously Iron's creation is a crappy one. Was a crappy one. That's why Darklings are so widely discriminated against in Asaph, and that's why humans distrust them so much. But that's not really important right now. So the fallen goddess is going to return to Asaph.
That's right, I don't know why exactly when or how, but I know it will happen. It's only a matter of time.
And that's why Eleri and I were summoned to Asaph.
Indeed. I'm glad you catch on so quickly, you really are smart girl. Bringing you here was a good decision on my part. You've already accomplished so much more than all the other so-called heroes who answered my call.
Doesn't mean you're the one who summoned us here.
With my magic, it was rather a tricky spell, but I got it right in the end. Being trained by a goddess has its perks.
And you brought me here so I could defeat Viola.
That was the good idea, yeah. I summoned those of humans to Asaph for this very reason. Humans who were exceptionally talented in the online game Asaph 9, which just so happens to have a few striking similarities to the real land of Asaph. It's funny how these things work out, isn't it? But before I told any of you heroes about the evil goddesses, or enlisted your service, I wanted to test you. You may have been brave heroes and saved these lives world of Asaph 9, but how would you fare in the real Asaph? Would you be strong enough to defeat the goddess? That was what I wanted to know. And so, after summoning here, I watched you from the shadows. I thought them off would be enough time, give or take, to access your abilities. But, oh my, some of you were very disappointing. Many of the brave heroes I summoned here died within days. They were defeated by monsters or thieves or simply gave up. One or two unable to go back home even took their own lives.
No, that can't be. These people you brought to Asaph? They really died?
Is that what I said?
But what happens when people summoned to Asaph from other worlds die? Do they return to their own order?
They die naturally. The end, that's what death is, whether in Asaph or Japan. I might be a powerful witch, but not even I can bring you back from the dead.
But what about their parents, their families?
That isn't any of my concern.
But you're the one who brought them here. You want them to fight for Asaph and they died because of you.
No, that isn't very nice.
But it's true. Kind of. They didn't die because of me. They died because they weren't strong enough. Okay, that's a shitty logic.
That's good. It's a good thing I never asked those fools to find Viola. They never would have been able to do it.
How can you see there and say that so calmly? These are people's lives we're talking about. They were normal people living normal lives until you destroyed that. You destroyed everything.
I appreciate your sense of justice, but I think you're being a bit melodramatic here.
She had the point for.
I'm doing what I have to do in order to save Asaph.
Or you could fight by yourself, right?
The legends say that those who hail from Asaph cannot defeat Viola, for she helped create this world when time was first beginning. It isn't possible. That's why I need to summon people from home.
Okay, if that's how it is, then I understand. I guess.
That's why I need it to summon people from another world to fight her. A few people did die along the way, and it's sad, but what are 6 or 7 lives when stacked against the lives of everyone in Asaph?
Oh yeah, because you mentioned this is similar to the game, but it's not actually a game. Alright.
I'm doing this because I want to save the world. It's my duty as a witch strong enough to make a difference. I don't want people to die, but some sacrifices have to be made.
And what about me and Viola? Do you want sacrifice too?
Oh no, you're different to the others. You managed to make a name for yourself in Asaph as heroes, and you defeated so many strong enemies already! If anyone can defeat the evil goddess and bring peace to the world, I'm sure you can.
And if we can't?
Then you will die like your fallen companions, and so will everybody else.
And then I'll never be able to go back home.
Not if the goddess defeats you, but if you can surpass the odds and defeat her then.
Then what?
I'll reverse the spell that brought you and Viola here and can send you back home.
We can go back.
Of course, it's well within my power, but that's if and only if you defeat the evil goddess. I'm not sure how much longer you have, but I speculate you have at least another 2 weeks until the goddess regains her full power.
Only 2?
Maybe even less. You might want to hurry, the fate of the world hangs in the balance.
I sit there for a few minutes, stunned into silence. Finally I know why I was brought to Asaph. I know what I must do. I must defeat the evil goddess Viola. It sounds ridiculous, but the witch sounded unusually serious when relaying this information. I have no doubts that she is telling the truth. In 2 weeks or less, the goddess will be reborn and Asaph will be reduced to ashes. We have to defeat her to save the world. And if we fail, we will die. Everyone will die. It's a tall order, but... Well, I've never been one to back down from a challenge. I've cleared every single quest in Asaph Online dozens of times, and I never had any problems. Damn it. I was hoping an interesting challenge would come along. And this sounds as difficult enough to keep me entertained.
Yeah, I like that fire attitude. I knew you could do it. You really are the best hero for the job.
But I do have one question. I have many questions actually, but this one is the most pressing. How will we be able to find the goddess?
No, that is rather complex. The goddess has me sealed away downward, and not even I know how to get there. I thought you were meant to know everything! I know most things, but the entrance to the underworld is well kept secret, only to the chosen few. If you want to find the goddess, then you will need to make a voyage. A voyage? A journey by boat to the distant crescent island. There you should find the forbidden library, whose books contain all the knowledge in the world. If you go there, you'll be able to learn where the entrance to the underworld is, and how to defeat Viola. It will not be an easy journey, for Crescent Island is guarded by the gods, but you can't let that frighten you. You must go there as soon as possible, and without delay. It's the only way you will be able to win, and the only way you can save us up from Zoom fate.
Crazy. After our meeting with the Mysterious Witch, my party turns to the Nightmare Citadel. It takes a long time for us to wend our way through to the forest on foot, and it's pitch black when we finally return. The moon is sitting in the sky, around celestial orb, and the stars are twinkling. Damn it. The walk back through the woods was not unpleasant exactly, but it was rather awkward. None of us said very much. Eleri was lost in her own thoughts, probably about Japan. Nevet kept glancing at me as though she had something to say, but she never came out and said it. Instead, she closed her mouth with a defeated sigh. She probably feels upset, and I can't say I blame her. Nevet's been nothing but loyal and devoted to me this whole time, and I've repaid her by lying to her. That must stink. Fion tried to cheer us up by telling her silly jokes, but Eleri and Neve ignored her. After being rebuked so many times, Fion stopped clowning around and silence overtook us. It was a slow, quiet, dreary sort of march. Upon returning home, Neve retreated to her bedroom with a muted goodnight. She's far quieter than usual, and I think she wants to spend some time alone. Fion too scurries away into the kitchen, searching for a midnight snack perhaps. Maybe eating is her way of dealing with stress. And as for Eleri...
Why did you follow me out here?
Naturally, she goes into the dark, thick forest that lines my citadel, her word clutched tightly in her hand. I think she needs to do some training. When is this training? But she pauses when she hears my footsteps. Eleri sheathes her sword, its silver point glimmering in the moonlight, and glances at me. Is there something you want? Nothing in particular. I was just wondering why you enjoy spending that time in this forest so much. It's so dark and depressing here, particularly during the night. Aren't you worried you will trip and fall over a tree rot?
I'm not clumsy, that clumsy.
Only when you're sparring against me.
That is my fault.
Eleri glanced away, her cheeks tingled pale pink.
You don't play fair.
Oh, on the contrary, I think you're far too fair for your own good.
I can't help it, that's just how I am. I don't believe in telling lies or deceiving others, it doesn't seem right.
A victory shouldn't count unless it was won properly. True. So technically she's using her magic, so yeah. That's very noble indeed, but you know, the real world doesn't work like that, unfortunately. Honor and justice are virtues that are rarely rewarded, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know that.
Eleri sighs softly, her head hanging. A gentle breeze runs through the trees. It makes the branches shiver as for sighing, and curses Eleri's red hair so it flutters. I frown.
Aren't you going to train then? I was, but all of a sudden I don't feel up to it.
That's unusual for you. You always follow your routine, no matter what's happening, like clockwork.
I was like that when I lived in Japan too. I never deviated from my schedule, just like a machine.
Eleri sighs again. The sound is very soft and hardly audible. So much has happened today, it's hard to process it. If what that witch said is true, then all we need to do is defeat the evil goddess, and then we can return home. You say all we need to do, but I've never fought a goddess before. It might be tricky even for me. Yeah, you might have a point. Still, when I first arrived in Asaph, I had no idea how I would get back home. I had no idea at all. I felt so lost. Now, however, since I met you in Motier, I've had some kind of goal, a path, a plan. I feel like I'm working towards something, even if I don't quite know what that something is. You give me hope. Finally, after all this time, our hard work is starting to bear fruit. We have a chance to return home at long last, and yet... Eleri's voice trailed off. Now I don't know how to feel. Are you having second thoughts? I don't know. I liked playing Asaph Online when it was just a game, separate from my life. It was a nice way to relax and pass time. Now it's far too here. Asaph is much more dangerous than Japan. There are monsters here, and werewolves, and there's a chance I really might be killed. Just like the other people who were summoned here. The people I've never met. I suppose I should have known the Guardian's macabre words would upset Eleri. Truth be told, the fault that the others who were summoned to Asaph really die upsets me too. It makes me realize just how lucky I've been. If I didn't have Neve or my castle or all my magical artifacts, I might have been in real danger. I've been treating my life in Asaph thus far as nothing more than a rope. But it's more serious than I ever imagined. I could have died. Eleri was ambushed by thieves during her first night here. Came far closer to death than I did. That's probably why she wants to return home so fervently. She knows that it isn't safe here. She doesn't want to die in a strange fantasy world, separate from her friends and her family. That kind of ending would be far too sad. I want to go home, I do, but it all feels so sudden. Eleri smiles, an awkward, self-effacing smile that doesn't reach her eyes, and shakes her head. Listen to me, I must sound so foolish. I want to leave Asaph the moment I got here, but now the opportunity has finally arisen. I almost feel afraid. You're afraid to go back? Japan might not be full of monsters, but I didn't have much fun when I lived there. I had to work hard every single day, and I lived all alone, and I was always in a hurry. It felt like I could never rest. Wow, sounds like words. Like real words. I was only able to relax when I was lost in the world of Asaph Online. It was the only time I was happy. Sometimes I used to think I might have a better life if I could live in Asaph and truly be Eleri. But when my wish was granted, I was terrified. The unknown has always scared me. That's why I always stick to routines. I want to go back home desperately. I was like the lost little girl. I thought I would never get used to Asaph, but I've been here for over a month now, and it's almost began to feel like a home to me. It was scary being on my own, but then I met you, and Neve, and Viola. We don't always get along, but I'm appreciative of your company, and if it's not too presumptuous of me, I would like to call you friends. You're all dear to me, just as Asaph has become dear to me, and now I'm starting to think maybe I don't want to go home after all. My hope should be with the people who care for me, who accept me, and who make me happy. Eleri laughs awkwardly and runs a hand through her hair. That probably sounds a little corny. I think it sounds a lot corny, actually. Huh! I knew you'd make fun of me. It's what I do best. Here I am opening my heart to you, telling you all these things I've never told anybody else, and you're laughing at me. You really are cruel. But you still think of me as a friend. Yeah, well, I'm not so sure how that happened. It just happened. Could it be because of my unfailing charm and charisma? You wish. Then my sexy body. Your body has nothing to do with anything. But even if you annoy me and you make me mad, I still think I like you. I know why. Maybe because I've had some few friends in my life that I've grown desperate. She shakes her head. Well, whatever it is. I know that I don't want to leave you. You don't? No. This would probably sound presumptuous of me, or foolish, and you might even laugh, but no matter what happens, Eleri bites her lower lip. This foolish hard-hearted tonight isn't very good at expressing her feelings. But at least she's trying. She's doing her best. Say whatever you want about Eleri, but she always does her best.
I don't want you to leave me. Say that you won't, please. Say that you'll continue my friend no matter what.
Eleri! My eyes soften. I take a step towards the night, and then another. The heels of my boots crunch the twigs and leaves underfoot, but I pay it little heed. I rest my fingers against her shoulders, revealing the warmth of her body. Eleri is about the same height as me. She might be an inch or two taller in fact, but she's never seemed more delicate. She's laid her true emotions bare to me at least. I mean, at last. She's funny being honest, not only with herself but with me. That deserves some credit at least. I don't know what will happen in the future, but even if we do go back to Japan, I could never forget about you. It isn't possible. I mean, if you two go back to Japan, you can actually still, you know, continue this friendship, right?
Do you mean that?
That's right, I want to stay with you too. You're far too much fun, please. I don't want to let you out.
But gee, try and be a bit serious, why don't you?
But I'm being serious. Your pouting face almost makes me happy. And that's why I want us to stay together. We can be friends. Or even something more. But no matter what happens, I'm not going to let you go. Didn't you know? I'm rather possessive of my toys.
Yes!
A night's affection achievement unlocked. With that light, teasing statement, I press my lips against Eleri's in a warm, soft kiss. I don't know what the future holds. Unlike the witch Gardenia, I'm not omnipotent and all-knowing. I can't say for certain if my party will be able to find the evil goddess, or if we'll be able to defeat her. I don't know if Eleri and I will return to Japan or if I really want to. There are far too many variables. There are a few things, however, that I'm sure of. I like spending time with Eleri. I like teasing her. I'm glad that I met her and I want us to stay together. I don't think that will ever change. Sakura MMO 2. Thank you for reading. You know what? All in all, this stuff, I mean, basically Sakura MMO 1 and 2, they are freaking enjoyable, that's I've got to admit, they are freaking good. But you know what it would, how it could be even better? If it were made a little bit like Sakura Dungeon. So if it would be VN/RPG, then it would be wonderful. Anywho, I loved it. I guess tomorrow we'll get back to Sakura MMO 2 and we will get other endings as per usual, right? Yeah! Damn, I enjoyed so much. Anyway, I'm going to rendering now and then uploading this because I still need to do this in the 90 minutes, I think. Anywho, hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you tomorrow as well. Bye bye!